Right, we should have sound. Apologies for that. Oh, what a pain in the ass. What a pain in the bottom. Right, let's just stick a delay on this a minute. Okay, hopefully the audio's matching the mouth. I don't know what's going on with that. For some reason I've got a picture on my camera there, but it's not showing on the screen at the moment. So something is amiss with my setup here. And my radio mic goes through that camera, unfortunately, so that's a bit of a pain. I'm not sure what's going on. Synced up okay, is it? That's fine. I put 100 milliseconds on it, which normally sorts it. Apologies about that. It's going to be a bit of a pain because I'm a camera short. What a bummer. I might have a look at it in a minute when we're underway. But at least this camera's working. Hopefully the webcam's working. No, it's not. I don't think. Yes, it is. Yeah. Okay, so we got a camera we can use for the bench. It ain't great. Let's just have a quick look, see what that looks like. Yeah, that'll work. Have we got the overhead camera though? I don't think we have. It's because there's power on it. Try that again. Oh dear, oh dear. It's all going wrong today. And I've only just started. Okay, yeah, we got the overhead camera as well. Let's just cube that one in. Yeah, that's working. The only one we haven't got is the main camera, which is a bit of a bummer. But never mind, never mind. There's some low-level feedback on the audio. Let me have a quick look at that then. Could be because I've got that. There's some CB work in the background running, so that is that any better, Andrew? Is that any better, mate? We'll get there in a minute. Bear with us. Technical issues. Let me just go quickly to the audio settings, have a look. Device volume, it might be a bit high. Let's take it down a little bit. That should be a bit better. There's no compressor on it, no noise gate. You wouldn't. Low level hum. I've muted the other microphone. It might have been that interfering with it still. But let me know if that's any different. Just can't get the staff. Hi, Gary. Right. So I'm running on the USB mic, which is under the desk here, so it could be a bit muffled. Let's go up through so we got in today. Apologies for the technical issues, but you know, unfortunately, we seem to get them, don't we? Gary's in early. Andy too, and Andy. Derek, how are you? Sister's coming to see you. Oh, good stuff. Sean, Man Cave, how you doing? Rob Titheridge, hi Rob. Rob Hall, Nick Petronics, Brett Ski, Michael Hyde, Andy Beck, Dave Rhodes, Colin Parnell, Phil Taylor, Boxing Day, Carl, how you doing? Patrick, Remlap, Mr. E, can't wait for the talkie. Spanky, how you doing? Simon's World, Buster Keaton, Reboot, yeah, Whitney's Trin, no sound. I might try restarting the software in a minute, but hopefully that's sort of usable. Afternoon, Wild Geese, how are you? Andrew Alsfer, afternoon, Andrew. Hopefully the feedback has gone, but it might still be there. And Foxy, how you doing? Well, hopefully that's audible and you can see me. I could restart the software a minute to try and get that camera working. Let let me try that a minute. Let's just save this setup a minute so as I know where I am. So if I go, what is it now? 29th of November. Just save that, and then at least. Right, I'm just going to restart the software a minute, so bear with me. The chat will still stay open, that won't shut, but you'll lose the picture for a second while I just restart the software. And hopefully I can get this damn camera working. Because it'd be a bit of a pain if I can't use that one, to be fair, because it's the one that's aimed at the bench. So bear with me, I'll be back very shortly. It should be working now. It should be working now. We got there in the end. Let me just check my video on the live stream bit. Yeah, that's working. We should be going. We should be going. Are we there? Excellent. Got there in the end, look. So yeah, as I say, this is the radio. The cases aren't going to be these cases. I've just taken these off of another radio just to demo it today. And really, what we want is somebody actually on that we can speak to. We're going to have to is that somebody there? And 19 for Roger. Anyone let me know if I'm working, please? Oh well, nobody on at the moment. It is working. Audio scratchy and low hum. I don't know why the audio is scratchy. Well, that's the microphone right up to my mouth now. That it could be just reverberating off of the desk, couldn't it? I suppose. Yeah, that's got some isolation. Let's stick it on. Let's stick it on a bit of rubber. I think that worked last time, didn't it? I'll put it on some rubber now to isolate it. Hopefully, hopefully be okay now. Your audio is perfect, Simon, is it? Good stuff. Well, I put it on some sound deadening matting now, so hopefully that'll stop it making too much noise for you. It's unfortunately what we've got to work with at the moment, because for some reason this is going a bit mental today. I don't know why. I think I did something last night, and I think it's when I turned my main camera around. I might have pulled a couple of wires, but I plugged them back in, but it probably needs the whole lot rebooting, the computer and all, to get it back up and running again. So not to worry. I mean, this is good enough for what we need to do today anyway. That's better now, is it? CB sounds okay. That's the main thing then, Benji. As long as the CB sounds alright. It's working very well, actually. Let's just bump the master volume up a little bit. Pardon me, because the microphone is a little bit away from me. I've just popped it up a bit on the master volume there, Benji, so that should be a bit louder now. The problem is the more I turn it up, the more interference will come through with it. So as I say, it's all up and running.
Radiocruncher, copy, good buddy.
Yeah, breaker for Radiocruncher come back.
Oh, grimy scurry. Lone wolf. Just to test out the big giveaway, Roger.
Brilliant. Cheers for that, Gary. Actually, you're coming through very nice on it. Better than the last test we did on it. I assume you can hear me as well, yeah? Yeah, Roger, well, you're S9 to me by the looks of it.
Sorry, say again?
And actually, you're about an S7, S8, looking directly at it. Brilliant stuff, excellent, Gary, thank you for that. And audio's okay, and I should have a Roger bleep on the end of it, yeah?
Yeah, Roger bleep's working and audio's no problem at all.
Brilliant, thanks a lot for that, mate. At least we know it's working now.
Yeah, it's working very well, especially was it 4 watts. No problem. No problem at all. It's working rather well, mate.
Yeah, excellent. They are supposed to be really good audio, these, and as I say, I have tested it out into my base station here, and it does sound really nice. So cheers for that.
No problem. Going back to the other room.
Yeah, 10-10, Gary. Cheers, mate. Whoa, she's a worker. Hi, Felix. How are you? Felix, you need to stick it in the You need to go to this video, Felix. You need to click on that link. I think that should go through, shouldn't it? Let me just double check that. No, I'm not sure. Oops, something went wrong, it says. Let me get my chat back up. Chris has got it. Oh dear, let me pop my chat back out again. Yeah, it sounded good, Gary. Cheers, thank you very much for the rig check there, mate. I was beginning to think that there was nobody out there. Well, there isn't. There's a lot of screaming kids outside, I know that, but you know, nothing new there. Let me just get my chat back because I clicked on my link and it kicked me out of the chat. Yeah, I don't think that link that link's not working, but yeah, Felix, you need to just go back up in the chat a little bit and click on the link that I put in there to the video, and you need to put your 10-4 good buddy in that video. Let me just do it on screen here so as you can see what I'm up to in a minute.
If you think the financial establishment's got your best...
Oh, God, what's he doing on there? Anyway, let me just go to my screen in a minute. Hopefully this will work. It's a bit unknown. Yeah, okay. So you need to go to this this video here, which was on the 1st of November 2020. Sunday Live Manor Kestrel CB radio finale and giveaway announcement. So you need to put 10-4 good buddy in the comments section, and I'll have a check because a lot of comments get pulled by my software in here. So there's quite a few entries in it, look. So you've got to be in it to win it. And there's Nigel Farage for you. Let's go back to my main screen. There we are. So there we go. Well done, Felix. No problem at all. It is difficult to try and suss these things out. I try and make it as easy for people as possible, but it ain't always, is it? So there we are, and we'll do the giveaway near the end of today's stream. So let's just get rid of that. So we know it works. We will try it into my ICOM over here because let's just turn it onto low power. What are we on? Channel 19. Let's go channel 20. So that's 27 dot. 79125 FM. Let's turn the squelch up. Let's turn the volume right up. Oh, not that much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing into the ICOM 7800. Audio does sound really good. Hopefully you can hear that. Excuse me. Let's turn that up a little bit louder till it. There we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Does sound really good. Great audio. With a beep on the end. With a beep on the end. Afternoon, Robert. How are you? Good, thanks. Yeah, the link is in the video description with it. You won £500 on the postcode lottery yesterday. Whoa! Well done, Rob. And afternoon, Victor. Breaker 19. It's 1 AM there, Wild Geese, is it? You're dedicated staying up that late, mate. So there we are. That's the Manor Kestrel. And, it's got a microphone. It's going to be similar to that. This is the microphone off of my Harrier, but I've got an Altai mic that's exactly the same as this. I just need to clean it up and make sure the wiring's correct on it. So it's going to be a few days before I can send this one out, but we will do the draw for it a bit later. So stay tuned. Okay, let's get some beer going because I'm a bit thirsty. I've still got my sandwich on the go here. Let's have a quick bite of that. Another one of my birthday beers from my lab. Shows I'm not drinking that much these days, doesn't it? Because that's that was the 5th of November I got this. Glastonbury Brewery. A malty caramel flavour apparently. Robust full body bitterness. Hints of aromatic vanilla and fruit. I can never get any of these alleged tastes and smells. I should be able to. I've tried enough of them. Right. So I thought what we'd do is to carry on with the Sony ICF-SW55 today. I'll just give you a quick update on where I am with it. And we'll also have a quick look at the Yupiteru that's got issues. Right, so I'm going to need to use the overhead camera for this, I think. Okay. Get some lighting on the subject. It's dark in here today. Seems to be the norm at the moment, doesn't it? Let's just get rid of me a minute. So this is the Yupiteru that we had a look at. Hi David, how are you? This is a Yupiteru MVT-7000 that we looked at the other day. Let's just make that a little bit brighter. We'll stick the light on it. Oh, light don't make no difference. Make it a little bit brighter. That's too glary now. You can't win, can you? Let's go in a little bit closer. Hopefully it doesn't get too pixelated. Pardon me. So when we looked at this on what day was it? Wednesday. There was a burnt diode in here in this position. You can see I've taken it off the board now and I've cleaned the pads up because I thought it was that badly damaged it might have burnt the board, but luckily the pads are okay. So I've taken that off, and I mean it's just a burnt mess. I've got it on a bit of tape here, but I'll show you that in a minute. So that one came off fine. So I had a look at, I mean, we initially thought that there might be an issue with the voltage regulator there, this one, because this was shown as a short, this diode. But once I removed the diode on the other side, the short on this one disappeared. So the short was actually on the other diode, not this one. Pulled this out, which was a real pain in the neck because, as you can see there, there's two capacitors. So I couldn't desolder it until I took those SMD caps off. So I had to remove those SMD caps to desolder the voltage regulator to test it, and it tests fine. There's a transistor that goes in here that's desoldered, which had a short between the collector and emitter, I believe. So that one's out. This other one is exactly the same, but that one's fine. There's no issue with that. And the other issue was down here. This was a 5-volt voltage regulator, an SMD one. It was a devil of a job to find a replacement for that, but I have got a replacement, hopefully, that'll fit it. And these are the bits that I'm going to be replacing. Hopefully you can sort of see that. I mean, I've got them stuck on this, just stop them flying away really. So that is the voltage regulator, this is the little transistor, and that's the remains of that diode that blew up. I've just soldered some legs on them so as I could test them on my testers. The voltage regulator is not shown as any component at all, but if I just connect 2 of the legs it shows as a diode, and the same on the other side. So both those bits are gone. The only question is has it gone any further into the radio? And I don't know. Until I can get these bits in and power it up, I really don't know. But hopefully not. I mean, this thing here is a DC to DC converter, and it's not shorted anywhere, but I can't test it until I've got some power on it. If that's gone, then we've got a problem, because the only place I can find one is in China, and that's not likely to be probably into January, February next year if I order it. So that's the only other question mark. Basically this power comes out of here, goes down into these pins, out through the socket on the back. I've got capped on it at the moment just to protect it while I was desoldering with a hot air station. And then that disappears into the other side into the other board here, and then runs around this board. So there's a couple transistors I need to check in here as well. I'm not sure if that's one of them, but I haven't done that yet. I need to get that part of the board done first. I need to get this redone, and then I can crack on and test the rest of it. Hopefully that'll cure it, because I think if it's gone any further, then it's going to be a write-off, which is a shame because they are lovely little radios. But I'll do my best. I can only do my best. Right, let's just zoom back out a bit. And we'll put in the board from the Sony. Hi Georgie, how are you? That's good timing, Georgie. This is your radio. This is Georgie's radio. Now you can see I've still got all the SMD caps here, but this section, although these caps are all showing high ESR, some are very high ESR, they hadn't bled, you know, they hadn't lost their electrolyte. It was over this side that they'd lost their electrolyte. And you can see by this that I've taken them all off. So I've taken all of the old caps off of this side of the board, and cleaned all the electrolyte off. as I say, I decided to carry on with this because it's one of those jobs. Once you start it, it's difficult to put it down again. There is some issues on it. If you look, the electrolyte has got at the board. Let's see if I can go in a little bit closer. If you can see, where are we? But if you can see here, so basically the electrolyte's eaten away the solder mask, and we've got an exposed bit of board there, really. So that's going to need to be cleaned up. There's quite a lot of damage here as well, where it's gone through the holes, through the vias. So it's gone through the vias here to the other side of the board, and this area seems to be the worst. The rest of it looks okay. So we need to check that these vias are okay. I don't really know where they go. They go all over the place. They go up through here, and they go up in underneath this this jack socket. I think that's the headphones, possibly. So yeah, the tracks go right up in underneath that. So there's a bit to do on it. I used the much talked about ripping it off method, which people don't like. But the thing is I've done it on dozens of boards now, and I've never ever, touch wood, never ever had a problem with it. Never had a problem. Fat Tony, how you doing? So yeah, never had a problem. So I've just twisted them off. Well, not twisted. I've got a little different technique that I saw someone doing the other day, which is sort of like a little wiggle. Rather than a full-on twist, it's more of a wiggle to break the connections. Tony saying, work's been busy. I haven't been down the shed for a month. Whoa, it's not on, Tony. But the other issue, I mean, you can see the corrosion on the legs of that IC. I mean, and also this one. You can see the corrosion on that. You know, that black is corrosion on the actual legs. So this is one of those things. We really don't want to stop changing these chips. Even if I could get it, I wouldn't want to really ever go with it. So I think it's just going to be a case of cleaning that up. I've cleaned it with isopropyl, but it's not coming up clean at all. I did. You two are trying to learn electronics at your late stage in life, and really learning stuff from you. Thank you very much. No problem, Dids, and welcome to the channel, mate. George, how you doing? Have you won the CB yet? We haven't drawn it yet, George. It's going to be at the end of the stream. Felix says you repaired 3 of the Sony SW55s, and most of them because of capacitors leaking. Did you have issues with the vias at all, or were they okay? So I mean, I'm going to have to do something to this, although the base is plastic actually, isn't it, on the capacitors. George very kindly provided me with a pack of capacitors to do this with. It also has got a diode in there to replace an LED, light emitting diode, and a resistor to replace the one that's actually fitted at the moment. The top panel's elsewhere at the moment. I want to concentrate on getting this done if I can. Afternoon, Paul. You are Northern Rambler. How you doing, Paul? You're using the bush as a doorstop. So yeah, I thought we'd crack on and perhaps take these other caps off. You can see the old scary rip-off method in action. That's if me hands aren't too shaky. So let's yeah, you can see that. So I mean, I've got the chap that did the did the caps has also put like a little map of them as well. So I've got this this diagram showing where they all go, which is really good, and there's a little description of how to sort the backlight LED out. Right, let's just let me get this bottle out of the way. Hi Keith, how are you, mate? Did see you pop in there. Right, pliers. Let's do a bit close to that camera. Just bear with me while I sort this camera out. So I need a bit of room. There we go. It looks quite bright on my screen. I don't know how bright it is with you. Spanky, how you doing? I did say hello just now, actually. So, yeah, the idea is to get hold of these with these pliers. You can sort of see what I'm up to. And it's just wiggling them. Wiggle, wiggle. Trying careful not to rip anything else off the board. It is quite difficult to keep pressure on and wiggle them at the same time. What happens is, well, we hope. That's typical, it's not going to do it now, is it? There, you just heard it go there. Like, there we go. That's gone. Let's take the little bottom piece off and I'll zoom you in on the board. Have a quick look of where I've just taken that out of. So we are there. Let's just sort that light out a bit of focus. It's a bit pixelated because I'm quite a way away and zoomed in. Plus we're a bit light now, aren't we? So let's get a bit of isopropyl and just clean off the muck of that one. Now, as I say, this is supposed to not be the way to do it, but the thing is they're so close together that you can't get soldering irons in there. There's no way I'll get two soldering irons in, and I find if you try walking them off the board, like heating one side and tipping it, then heating the other side and tipping it, you're very likely to rip a pad off. So this method, I think, is safer. Hot air. You know, I mean, trying to get that off with hot air. There's loads of bits that got plastic on them. We've got a crystal right there, just out of sight. There's plastic covered little capacitors there. There's ceramic filters there that are plastic covered, so you can't really heat it up with a desoldering gun, or a desoldering hot air station, because the other thing I found, I did try this on one board, and I had a couple explode off the board because the electrolyte is rotten in them. They just go bang, and it's quite dangerous. So for me personally, the safest way to do it is how I've just done it there. Now both the pads are fine. I've still got the legs of the capacitor on there. So this seems to be the best soldering tip for the job. Let's turn my iron down a bit. So this is like a chisel tip, but angled. So all I've got to do there is just move them off the board like that. There we are. Let me just get my magnifying goggles on because I can't see there. I normally do this under the microscopes, but there you go. Yeah, fine. So that's the way for me anyway. I don't know what your thoughts are. People don't really like that. Was I a dentist? No, I wasn't, Tony. You think I should be? Yes. Just do a quick extraction. So, as I say, I can try and get the camera a little bit better. But, I can't get the webcam in there, really. No. I'll come out a little bit with this camera. It should be a bit more readable then. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to take them all off. So I'm going to do exactly the same method. It's just a case of grabbing them. You've got to put a little bit of pressure on them, but don't need to go mental. Could do with something that locked onto them, really, like some thin nose mole grips or something. That's one side gone. And being that one side is gone, I can probably just heat that other side and get that to lift. Oh. You can just get rid of that one. Okay, another one gone. It's a bit brave doing this live, isn't it, really? But, you know, end of the day. I've had lots of people saying you shouldn't do it like that. And I've had a lot of people saying, yeah, that's great, thank you very much, it works really well. So again, one leg's already lifted, so I might as well just heat it very carefully with a soldering iron. There's the other one. Take that one off. So these, I mean, that one smells a bit fishy. So that one's definitely leaked. Actually, it does stink. That stinks. That one. Yeah. So these smaller ones, these are a little bit trickier to get off with the old twisty method. The big ones come off a lot easier. So what tends to happen is one leg goes first, and all I'm doing then is just using the soldering iron to heat the other one up. And pop that one off the board. I don't know if there's an industry standard method of getting these off. I don't know, but this is how I do it. Audio's weak. The audio is weak. Let me sort the audio out for you. Audio. The audio is weak because the microphone is it's not up on the bench where it should be. So let us have there. How's that for audio now? That's probably too loud now. Gear. He's already fitted a mobile bracket and a big twig in his Ford Capri. Oh, very good. Yeah, that should be a lot louder now. It's, as I say, it was down underneath the laptop table. Right, let's carry on ripping. Seems to be I'm enjoying a bit of ripping. Let's grab that one. So here we go, Simon. This is how we'll be doing your Amiga 1200. I saw a guy, I watched a video the other day, a guy doing an Amiga 1200, and he was using the soldering iron technique, just walking them off the board, and unfortunately he lost 2 traces by doing it that way. That one doesn't look too great. Let me just stick some flux on that and give that one a bit of a solder. It's a bit shaky in here still. A bit shaky, Graham. Let me get the old eyes on. Let's have a look at that. That's fine. Oh, it stinks. There's a hell of a lot of capacitors on this board. A hell of a lot. You can see roughly how many I've taken off so far there, look. And there's a few more that's shot over onto the floor, etc. Let's get some more of these off. This one here. Too want my eyes what even focus today. So this is really close to these plastic caps here. Now that one doesn't want to come off. There it goes. God, I've got shaky hands today. Cool, yeah, that one stinks as well. Oh, fishy, fishy. Incidentally, with the CB radio, if you've entered and you're not in this country, you can't legally use that radio. So anybody that's entered from abroad, please bear in mind that you know, I don't mind sending it out to you if you're happy to help towards the postage, but it's not actually legal to use in your country. It's only the UK that use those frequencies. They're strange. They've got 0.25 on the end. So it's some weird thing that the British government brought in to stop people using the old equipment, really, which was mostly mid-band AM. Okay, so we're looking good so far. No traces lifted. We got some weird waxy muck on that one. Yuck. And these are really close to that. That's going to be difficult to get those off. It's going to be even more difficult to solder new ones on. But there you go. If it was easy, we'd all be doing it, wouldn't we? There we go. There's that one. This one's going to be tricky to get off. Not too bad. So I'm going to have to use the soldering iron to get that leg off. Good shaky hands. Oh. Stinks. Absolutely stinks. So I blame Paul Carlson, Mr. Carlson's lab, for demonstrating the rip-off technique. But it's all his fault. Right, what are we doing there? Johnny, how you doing? Winning is a mere formality. It is a bit scary, Victor, but it does work, mate. It does. I mean, previously I was just twisting them round and round till they snapped, and I can see that that probably isn't great, but if you just wiggle them like that, and you can get one leg to snap, the other leg comes off dead easy with a soldering iron. It's when they're both attached firmly to the board, you can't really get them out with a soldering iron very well. Is this the RP-75? I hope not. Sony RP-75. If you get lucky and win, draw it again, Keith. Yeah, I mean you can have it, Keith, but it would be sort of an ornament really up on the shelf. You wouldn't be able to use it over there, which is a shame. If George wins it, he's going to convert it into a 120 channel radio with 2 or 3 Roger bleeps. Might even fit a digital echo on the muck. Theo, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I'm good, Johnny, thank you. Hi, Daniel. Christmas lights done? Excellent. Don't use the cut the top off with side cutter method. That's bad news. Again, that does work, Daniel. Sorry, Brett. I have done that. It's usually if they're in a really awkward place and I can't get the pliers in or soldering iron, then they get cut off. But it's better for just these tiny little ones. I wouldn't do it on the bigger ones, really. But as I say, this to me is the best method, unless anybody's got any other ideas. It's like this one. I mean, I could potentially get that off with a soldering iron because there's just enough room in there to get 2 soldering irons in, just enough. But what have I got there? I haven't got the right tip on that one anyway. Aston did a great little video on removing them, and it's fine if you've got enough room around them. You can get 2 soldering irons in, heat them up, and then just lift it off or just push it to one side. That does work, but you need to have a lot of space around it to be able to do that. So probably could do it on this one. That one's a bit tight, but could just about get it. And these you could probably do it, but perhaps we'll try it on one of these other ones in a sec. Let's just get these off now. Yeah, so you can hear when they go. That one's gone. Scary stuff, but you know, it works. I've got my soldering iron on 350, which seems to work. Let's just clean that up. Oh, that one stinks as well. So that one's bad. I mean, they are starting to leak. I can see sort of brown on the board where the electrolytes started leaking out, but it hasn't gone down through the vias yet on these. It's going to reflow that one. It's not looking very good. See if we can get the light a bit better for you. It's a little bit better. So let's just pop a smaller. Actually, that one will probably be alright. That one will be alright, I think. I'm just going to heat the other soldering iron up, and we'll have a go at one of these. That one's too close to the plastic. This one we can probably get out the middle one. So I'm going to take these two out, and I'll leave the middle one, and we'll take that one off with the soldering iron method. Just turn the temperature up on that one. Beep, 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 beep. 350. So let's just pop these two off. Is that one? There's only 3 left. Do this one. Ooh. Stay. Georgie's there wondering what the hell we're doing to his radio at the moment. That's gone. Let's just get in there. Two off. Okay. Hey, Video Monkey, thank you very much, mate. Good man. Right, let's get a bit closer. So let's use the soldering iron method to get this one off. Where are we? I'm going to sort of see. I'll tell you what, this overhead camera it does struggle with the light glaring off of it. Okay, so we're going to try this with 2 soldering irons. I'm going to sort of turn it round this way so as I can see it. As I say, I don't particularly like this method myself. Let's use it that way round. It's a bit cumbersome. You've got to have 2 irons. Actually, let's put a little bit of flux on it. Tell you what, my leads are getting tangled up. Right, okay. So the idea is that we're going to heat it up. Just pop it off like that. That's the soldering iron method, which, you know, it does work if you've got enough room in there to be able to do it. We've got one more here, and that one's covered in some sort of waxy stuff. Can we get the soldering irons in on that one? Again, I want to use the pace. Pace is a better iron on the on the negative ground plane. No, see, that one isn't coming. I don't feel confident with that one. That one's going to get rippy off ski. Did start coming, but the ground plane is heavy on these boards. There we are. Let's lift that off. Yeah, see, this one's proving to be a bit difficult. There we go. It's done. So as I say, the soldering iron method does work, but I prefer to do it like this. So there you are. One decapped board. Full decapitation. Hopefully that's helped anybody that fancies having a go at it. Bolster, chisel and a lump hammer will take any component off. Hi Doug, how are you? 5 degrees there. Sunny in New York. Nice one, mate.
Going out with the dogs.
Alright, Cat. Mrs. Cruncher's off out with the doggies. Raining at 9 PM here in Indonesia, Felix. Whoa, that's a fair way away. You recapped 6 Roberts sets in the Zoom last night. Wonder what you're up to, George. You repaired a Humax satellite receiver earlier, Tony, did you? So what we need to do now really is just go over this board and get rid of all the solder off the pads. And then look at soldering some new caps on. So we'll start over this side. I'm not going to spend the whole day and do this today, but we'll maybe get this side of the board done. I'm sure it's going to bore you stupid if I just do this all day. So I'm going to get the old goggles on, get some suitably sized solder wick. It's probably going to be, yeah, that one there. I don't know what size that is, but it says it's size number 3, is it? 80-3-5 Chemtronics Rosin SD. If that makes any sense to anybody or anyone wants to see what I'm using. So it's trying to get it in the light. 83.5. Whether that's 5mm, I don't think it is. It's more like 3mm, isn't it? That is. It's fairly small. Right, so hopefully you can see it's quite bright for you. It's not that bright for me actually. I'm going to use these. So I'm just going to put some flux on all of these. Just helps the wick take it off. So say I've got no pads lifted whatsoever, and considering there was quite a lot of damage over here, that was quite surprising. Where else are we? Okay. Over here. I want to take the old solder off so as the new capacitors sit flush on the board. This isn't the best soldering iron for wicking. That's a bit better if I hold it that way up. Again, you don't want to be dwelling on the pads for too long, because you'll lift the pads with a solder wick even, so they are quite fragile. Better than the old boards, mind you, but still pretty fragile. So I'm just going to carry on, so talk amongst yourselves a minute. There we are. That's all of them desoldered. It still smells of I'm just using some isopropyl to get rid of all the flux. Okay, so the next thing is, how do we put these new caps on? I'm not going to do, I want to leave this area clear for the minute, because I want to just clean up these two ICs. I'm going to try and reflow that one, but I'll need to do that under the microscope. So yeah, how do we put these on now? These three big ones, I'll put two of the bigger ones on. Probably easier to see. These are 470s. These are all Panasonic apparently. Seems like good quality caps. Let's do one. And you'll notice on the silk screen it's actually got a picture of which way round the cap goes. I'll just zoom you in a bit. So you can see there's a, where are we? I'm over here. That's the one we're going to do. So that coincides with the base. So it's got like two chamfered corners, and pretty much they just sit like that. So I can check that with my diagram, and yes, that's correct. What you want to be careful is you don't sort of solder yourself into a corner here. Now that one's going to be quite tricky because it's very close to this plastic. But I should be able to get my soldering iron in there. Yeah, I reckon I can. So do we put a blob of solder on one pad, heat it and slide the cap onto it? I've tried that. It does sort of work, but it ain't great. So I'm just going to put a blob of flux down and drop it on it. Let's just check the orientation. It's got to come around a little bit. About there. So let's just pop a bit of solder on there. And the mistake that I've made quite often on these is I put too much solder on. You don't need a massive amount of solder. Right, so that one's caught. Just wondering whether I can actually get in there. That is real tight. I think I'm going to have to take this off, you know, to solder that one. Oh, it's a real pain. God, how many connectors is that? 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't really want to. Let me just see if I can get myself in there. That's the negative as well, so that's going to take a fair bit of heat. Let's have a go. Apologies if my hands are in the way, but I'll show you it afterwards. I'm just trying to see if I can get the solder in at the same time as the soldering iron. Flipping heck. Okay, well, I'm touching it. It's on there. Doesn't look pretty. Let me just get a bit of flux on it. Where's my flux gone? Flux sake. Tricky. You can't really see what I'm up to, can you? What are you doing, Graham? Sort yourself out. This is the one that we're soldering. You can see how close it is to this. It's hellish close. I'm going to need to get the light down so I can see. Apologies if it blows it out a little bit. So I've got plenty of solder on there. I just want to make sure it flows all the way through. Yeah, that looks to have gone. She's on there. Let's pop a bit more solder in this one. I'm using this very fine solder as well. I don't particularly like that. It looks like I got sort of too much solder on it, really, but well, that's okay. It's on there. She's on there. Done. One down. About 30 to go. It's quite a lot of caps on there, isn't there? I don't know how many it is in total, but it's quite a few. So that's the first one done. And let's have a look. So this one here is going to be really difficult to do if I put this one in place. So I have to do this one first. Now what's that according to the plan? That's one of these 100 microfarads at 6 volts. It's going to be these. So yeah, you can see what I mean on this this one. If I solder this one in place, I'm going to have a job to get at this one. I can probably get to it over the top of this IC, but it ain't brilliant. So I'm going to solder this one in place first, and then this one is slightly forward, so it should be easier. So again, I've put some flux down. Just going to slide it into place. Make sure it's lined up and neat, which it is. Yep, that's one side done. Let's move it round so I can see it a bit easier. Let's get the ground done. This needs a bit more heat on this side. There we are. Done. Another 470. How you doing anyway? I'm not looking at the chat for a minute, so apologies. I'll do this one and then I'll catch up with the chat. So same again, just a little blob of flux on. Pop it in place. Just check it. All I'm doing is making sure that the little foot is the centre of the pad. So I'm not really looking at the orientation of the cap, I'm looking at the orientation on the board itself. Let's do that one. So apologies for this light, it ain't great, is it? That's that one. Right, this side's tricky again to get to. We've got this plastic thing there that the speaker goes into. We've got this IC right in the way, and we've got the plastic thing, and we're going to do this. That's the easiest way for this going. There, I believe. There we go. 3 down. Sony Collection Repair. Afternoon, how are you? You do have some good bits of kit as well, Mr. Sony Collection Repair. Sony Collection Repair, I believe, if I'm right, does a lot of like hard to get bits for the Sony's, remanufactured a lot of bits and pieces, especially for the 2001Ds. Right, here we go. I'm way behind on the chat, people, so let me just zoom you back out a bit. Your eyes will be getting a bit tired looking at it that close up. Tony! God, I didn't see that, mate. Thanks very much, mate. Put towards the pop when you were in the way. Oh, the postage and packing when you win the radio. Ideal. Thank you, Tony. When do we open the advent calendar? Tuesday. It's Tuesday's the 1st, isn't it? Linton, afternoon, how are you? Solder. Scoffing all the works biscuits at tea break time. Tony works as a peasant in a living museum and gets put in the stocks. Zoom meetings is the new punishment, isn't it? Hi Gavin, how are you? Do I have an ultrasonic bath? Just wondering how useful they can be with, say, mucky wires. I think it would be a really good idea, especially to get rid of all the old flux and that underneath some of the components. Gavin, I haven't got one. I do want one, so I've asked Father Christmas. He might bring me one. You never know. Buy Benji's junk. Just catching up with the chat. Bear with me. Reading isn't that great. Well, I can read, but I'm still doing it. Paul's not feeling too special. I hope you're getting better, Paul. Just finishing our 747. Punchy radios, those 747s. I quite like them. They got hell of a good amplifier in them. Massive, great speaker. Don't forget to replace the SMD capacitor inside the DC converter. Is the one inside this? I thought we had that off. I think you're right. There is. I think there is a capacitor in there. Good call, Sony Collection Repair. Good shout, mate. So there we go. So yeah, I think he's quite right. There is an SMD cap inside this little metal box. I know there is in the SW-77, and this is its baby brother, really. Is there one in there or not? This is the SW55. I'm not sure. Let me get the service manual a minute and have a quick look. I don't really want to pull that apart for no reason. Let me get the service manual up again. Now, I did have the service manual the other day. It's going to be in my documents. I hope I downloaded it anyway. Just opened it about 15 times here now. Streaming SP75. SW55. Well, I'm sure I downloaded that from Electrotanya the other day when we were looking at it. Let me just get it again. Electrotanya. ICF-SW55. Service manual. Want the biggest file. 11 megs. I have downloaded that before. Oh, it's because I'm not logged in, isn't it? Oh dear, this is a pain. If you're not logged in, you've got to wait so many seconds before it'll let you view the file, or minutes. LWC 5Z. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'll just share the screen with you, and you can see. This is a great resource for a lot of the more modern electronics, Electrotanya. They've got a lot of stuff in here. do 55. So there's our service manual. Click on the little link, PDF, 11 megs. So it's a very good resource. Anybody working on the more modern stuff. And it's usually very good quality manuals as well. So just want to look down to the board layout, just have a look, see what's underneath that little can before we just go ripping it off. I'm sure Mr. Sony Electronics Repair is bang on, but I can't see one through the little hole. I can see a trimmer in there, but that's about it. Okay, yeah, this is where we discovered how to get the thing apart the other day. Here we go, board layout. Okay, so conductor side, component side. So with that way, we're down in here. And lo and behold, there we are. There is one tucked in there, look. C236. So I can look in this corner. I can see this chip, but I can't see this cap lining behind. So Mr. Sony Electronics Repair is absolutely 100% right. It's just gonna be a pain in the neck to get in there now. I've just found the manual as well. I have downloaded it previously. Oh, you've sent it, Paul, have you? Thanks, mate. So yes, indeed, there is in here. So the problem we've got is this very fragile ribbon. Let's see if I can just stick that to there to keep it out of the way. There we are. So we've got to get in here. We'll get that desoldered. Gonna need a heavier soldering iron tip for that. Let's go with this monster. There's quite a big heat sink there, so pop a little bit of flux on. Let's bump the temperature up a bit. Let's go up to 380. Get old soldery sucker. A different. Oh, you sent a different one, Paul. Okay, mate. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Let's just desolder this. Oh, yeah, that stinks as well, so we definitely got one in there. Not quite desoldered there, so let's just get a bit of wick on that. going to be a bit tricky to get off. There's a bit of solder gone down inside. Might be lucky. Just heat that up. There we go. Right, let's pop that off. Oh, okay. Right, it's on the other side then, isn't it, Graham? You fool. Tell you what, it's hanging on for dear life, this one. He does not want to come out. Right. Let's try that. Yay! There we are. So we've got another one to get off. That is a 47. More convenient to remove with the vacuum soldering iron. Yeah, I expect. I have got one Sony Electronics repair, but I'm just being lazy because it takes ages to heat up. So have we got room to twist that one off? I think we have. There we go. Oh, that's the wrong soldering iron for the job. Let's turn our temperature back down. Just move those legs off. Oh yeah, that one's leaked as well. Stinks. Struggling to get that one off. Let's just put a bit of flux on that. The corrosion stopping it coming off. Let's put a bit of solder on. Just double check that. Right, let's just wick that off. Okay. We're getting there. Let's have a quick look at the file that Paul sent across. I haven't got Messenger open at the moment. Let's get Messenger open. Let's have a little look-see. Thank you, Paul. So look at Paul's oh, okay. Oh, some good schematics there. Look at those. Paul's just sent these through. These look pretty good. So it looks like somebody's actually redrawn these. That is absolutely clear. Thanks for those, Paul. I shall save those. Excellent. Cheers, Paul. Cheers, Keith. Catch you later, mate. Okay, so I think we said that's 47, but yeah, 47 at 6 volts. Let's pop one of those on. Seem to be getting through these. Anybody had any experience of these polymer capacitors? Polymer caps. They're supposed to be very, well, I've been told that it's unlikely that they'll ever leak. Have they got a solid electrolyte or something in them? I'm not 100% sure, but okay, so this is a little bit different because it's the other way round. That way round. Okay, let's pop a bit of flux on. Yeah, polymer caps, they're a bit more expensive than electrolytics, but there's a chap doing replacement capacitor packs for the Amigas, Commodore Amiga, using polymer caps. So I just wondered if anyone's had any experience of those, whether they are better. Everything points to them being better. Hopefully Georgie's still with us. He's not gone out to take any blood pressure tablets to help him get over what I'm doing to his poor radio. It's all good. So I say, it does make it a hell of a lot easier to look under the microscope when you're doing these, but I can't look under the microscope and let you see what I'm doing at the same time, so unfortunately. It's a little bit blobby, that one. Blobby, blobby, blobby. There we go. Done. Sounds like next door killing their chickens. Stick our little thingy bob back on, our little shield. Let's just pop the other tip in. Let's do this. Still here, Graham connectors. I know nothing about this. Right, let's get some slightly thicker solder to do this with. That's that one. So as you see, I've got a much heavier ended soldering iron tip for this. Much greater thermal mass, so as it'll stick to the can. And there we are. That's the fishy one in the can. The fishy in the can done. Can back on. Right. So we can come over and do this one. That's not in the way of anything. And this one. This is where I just need to start buzzing some of the tracks out to find whether these wires are damaged or not. And yeah, we can do that one as well. So what's this one? According to our little plan, that is a 47 at 6 again. So that's one of the little baby ones. It does help having these little capacitor kits for these radios. It does save a bit of time. Obviously it's cheaper if you buy them yourself, but if you want a lot of the hassle taken out of it, just you buy these kits off eBay, and they look to be quite decent, this particular one. Okay, I'll take it that's the right way round. Oh, hang on. Eh? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Solder the DC converter box last. Well, I've done it now. Well, I can take it back off if necessary. Swap tips again. It's a tip swapping extravaganza. As I say, I'm using this bent quite thin. I think it's 1.2 mil chisel tip. Seems to be perfect for these. The other way around. Let's do the other side. There we are. Nice. This one then, what's this? This is a 220 at 4 volts. There's only one of those. It's going to be that one then. Oh, that's, we don't want to show George's address, but so that's the, where are we? That's the cellar. It looks like Dexter Mog. That's the item number there. Sorry, it's upside down, but let's see if I can hold it the right way up for you. That's the item number for anybody that wants to buy one of these kits on eBay, and say $22.95. Quite expensive, but I say you can buy them cheaper yourself, but it's just a pain working out which ones you need, and this has taken a lot of the hassle out of it, and it's quite nice that they've provided a little plan of where they all go as well. That's really useful. Do the operation after operating the radio outside. Afternoon, Simon, how are you? You let smoke out? What have you been doing, Chris? Dab radios. Right, 220 then. I believe it's that way round. There we go. Let's get the 220 done then. Yes, I don't like the orientation of that one. It's moved slightly. Better. Tricky. Tricky. So just redo that one because I touched it. Brilliant. There we go. So we can do this one over here. There's a little one out on his own, which is a 22 at 6 volts. All sorts of different sizes here, isn't it? How we doing? That's only 3:30. It seems later than that. Cracking on nicely. Oh, come on. I still haven't got used to using tweezers properly yet. These ain't that great. I should be using the other ones really. These are much better. They've got flat ends on them. It's easier to grab stuff. Yeah. I tell you, that's the right way round. Yep. Okay, let's get a bit more solder. Potentiometers. What's he burnt? Smoke clears. Oh, you found the cap kit. Thanks, Paul. Nana. You can do the belts on the Ewers. Right, I'm carrying on. Swiftly moving on. And that's gone and moved. You naughty thing. I don't think I actually put any flux on that, did I? No, I didn't. And it decided to move just as I was starting to solder it. So let's grab that one hold. It's a bit tricky, that one. There's always one in there. There's always one. Oh, it doesn't want to take for some reason. Let's clean that off and start again. Oh, hello. Yeah, you didn't want to take that one for some reason. Let's say there's always one, isn't there? Try again. This is where it does help to do it under the microscope, really, but that's bizarre. The solder just doesn't seem to want to take. Ah, no, it has. Right, let's try dropping that one on there. Maybe that still had a bit of the old, what should we call it, flux solder on it, even lead free, is it? That's the word I'm trying to look for. That's not great. No, not happy with that. Come on, off you come. Always got to be one, aren't there? So it's definitely easier to not have any solder on there, but for some reason that wouldn't take. It should do now because I've tinned it. Let's make sure my legs are okay. Yeah, fine. Try again. Afternoon, Andy, how are you? You've been distracted by 2 meter DX. Oh, well. DX is running. I have heard that it's on the up, to be fair. It's on the up, apparently. This is it Sunspot Cycle? Is it 25 or something? It's the one that everybody's going on about. Try this again. I'll tell you what, I just think it's a hell of a ground plane there. Let's put on a bigger tip. Let's put on a bigger tip and see if we can do it with that. It's a bit overkill, this one, but my other one is a bit poorly at the moment. I might be able to get it to work. Yeah, one of my paste tips, the end, this plastic end here snapped off. It's my fault. I knocked it and it took it off. But the other day it got caught inside the actual soldering. I had to take the handset apart. So I've just quickly melted that back. Get in there. I need to get myself a decent tip holder because that one that comes with the paste iron isn't great. It would be okay if I want so far away from it. How we doing? Hi Ali, how are you? If you use hot air soldering gun it would be much easier. I don't know, Ali. I mean, I've got this plastic thing right beside it here, so I'd have to protect that from heat either by aluminium foil or desoldering it. And I don't like heating up these capacitors with a hot air gun because they go pop. I don't know. I've never tried actually soldering one on with a hot air gun. Right, let's try I suppose a hot air gun and solder paste would do the job. But like I say, I just don't know what the best method is, really. So I would just say there's a very big ground plane on that. Now this particular tip, although it's it looks massive, it has got a very fine chisel point on it. So it's a high thermal mass tip. It's one of these extra special tips. So if this don't do it, then nothing will. It will do it if the thing would stay still. That's definitely got it. Excellent. Can I get into the other side with this one? No, it's too big for that. So I'm just going to flow. I'm just going to catch that other one. Actually, no, I might try flowing a bit more soldering. that's the boy for the job. There we go. Let's pop the other tip back in. So there's a quick on-the-fly soldering tip repair there. Okay, let's do this other one. Other side. There we go. That one was tricky. For some reason I struggled with that one. I suspect I know why. It's because there's a lack of beer. There's a lack of beer on the whole situation. That's nothing better obviously on a Sunday than getting the bishop's finger. Can't beat the bishop's finger. What are we on about? We're on about DAB radio now, are we? Random. That's because of Simon's love of DAB radio, isn't it? It's just teasing Simon now. So I'm just going to pour this one a minute, and then I'm going to see if we can make sure that there's no issues with this. These are vias. What would you recommend as well for cleaning the electrolyte off? Would you say vinegar or isopropyl? I've used isopropyl at the moment. I haven't put any vinegar through it. Bishop's finger seems wrong. You can't beat getting the bishop's finger in you on a Sunday. You know, it's good stuff. The bishop's finger. It's got a picture of a signpost, so is that signpost what they refer to as the bishop's finger? It says it takes its name of an ancient signpost on the Pilgrim's Way, pointing pilgrims to the shrine of Thomas a Becket at Canterbury Cathedral. So it is a signpost. The bishop's finger. Not what we think. Hi Buzz, how are you? Stuart? Hi Paddy, well you see, how are you? See, Colin likes the bishop's finger. I like the bishop's finger. It doesn't sound right, does it? It really doesn't sound right. Okay, so now we need to have a look at where these vias go. I might not be able to see this with these, but I'll have a go. It's much easier to see it under the microscope. It's getting dark here already. So we've got all these legs here. Really don't look good. I've got to do those under the microscope. Via there, where does it go? Where does it go? wonder if we can have a look at the board layout to see. As I say, I'm not happy about these over here. See if I can get you a better picture on this camera a minute. Okay. Let's get rid of me a minute, because it's getting a bit dark in here anyway. I need to put the other light on. Tell you what, it gets dark so early, doesn't it? I can eat my other bit of sandwich, Jen. I think we're time to have a lunch today. Bob, how you doing? It is the remix of the Sony radio, Bob. I'm just in the middle of recapping it. It's the SW55. So the main issues with the electrolyte. Alright, let's just get that. Just get that. Actually, that'll stay underneath there for a minute, that's fine. So you can see there's a track exposed there where the electrolyte's eaten through it from this capacitor and rotted it. And again, it goes up through here. It's gone all black. Hopefully you can see that. It's really difficult to get this camera the right brightness. That's a bit better. It's too bright now probably. And the other place that's an issue is here. This is where it's got the worst damage, through these two holes. So I need to see if I can have a look on the service manual, find out where those wires go. Because without using the microscope and flipping the board, it'll take me ages. Pint of Guinness on your cornflakes. What are you up to, Brett? You use SMD tantalum capacitor. It lasts longer, 50 years ago, and it takes time to attach to the circuit. Cleaner soldering is done. I've heard that Sony collection repair, that they are pretty good. You can tell it's getting darker in here. Picture's blown right out. Let me just adjust that a minute. Excuse me. The light. Yeah, I have heard that those SMD tantalums are pretty good. But as I say, these polymer caps are pretty good as well. You've done it on about 80 SW55. Whoa. God, this is the first one I've ever done. A bit early in the day on this side of the pond for the old bishop, Doug, is it? Ah, well. What's the record number of... What the hell are you on about? I'm not sure what you're on about there, George. Breakfast beer. Do pops like a bottle jack, Sean. Hey? Tants are fine all the time. There's no ripple on the line. So yes, Tants is a good idea, is it? What do you think of these polymer caps then, Simon and Mr. Sony Collection Repair? Spitfire and Spitfire Gold. Spitfire's nice. Right, let me just have a play. Bear with me. Let's get you off of that and stick you onto that camera. That's a little bit easier on the eye, isn't it? I'll just quickly trying to have a look to see where these wires go. So I need the board layout for that. Okay, so let me see what part of the board I'm on. I'm on there at the moment, so I need to come up. And it's IC7. That one's not marked, but it's IC1. Yeah, I can't really see where they go that way, but I can this way, so let's have a look. So there's three vias there. If I go onto the screen, you can see what the hell I'm going on about. So we're down here, IC1. There's these three vias here that have got most of the electrolyte in them. And as I say, all the pins on IC1 are quite badly corroded. So I'm just really trying to follow back where these go. I say it disappears underneath this. Is that, what's that? FM antenna? Is that? AM external antenna jack. So it disappears underneath there, through the switch, and it pops back out, and it comes to S1, which is up here. Okay. So it goes to the second pin of that. Zoom that out a little bit. So that third one there goes all the way. I need to make sure I got this right. Goes up, through there, up there, up there, up there. It's the second pin there. So I should have continuity then from that via to there, and I'll need to flip the board over and try and work out where that goes to see if this via is still viable. Dear oh dear. Okay, so let's get you back onto the overhead camera. So this is that switch. The second contact there lines up with this third hole. We'll call this the first hole. So I've got my pointy probes on. Just see where I am. I've got my pointy probes on. So we need to be over there. Let's zoom back out. Oh, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. Way too close. Way too close. Okay. So let's stick the multimeter on. Stick it on buzzer. Continuity. So we're going from that pin there to that via there. Yeah, that's okay. So it's okay on the top of the board. Let's try the next one then. So the next one, this one. It just goes up to that pad there, which is a third blob. Now, I'm gonna have a job to do that because it's all over the place. Tangled up here. What the hell is this tangled? Oh, it's a CB antenna. So I haven't got the camera on at the moment, but I'm going to just reach around and just probe that. that one doesn't appear to be connected. Am I in the right one? That one? That one doesn't connect. Oh dear. Let's make sure. I'm just buzz that out. Right. No, we want that one. So what I'm doing, I'm just probing this. So it's the third one there. So it's the middle pin, that one. Should connect with that via there. Nothing. Okay. Let's have a look, see if I can see where that goes. I'm going to peel this back to get to that. So it's the middle of the three. Right, this is getting a bit complex now to do under the cameras, but let's see. I'll crack on. You never know. Let's see where you are. Yeah, you're with me. Pictures on my Facebook. Cheers, Paul. Let's see what Paul's given me. Oh, that's the oh, the bishop's finger. Can I show that? Yeah, I can, I reckon. Paul has very kindly provided some bishop's finger pictures. Nothing satisfies me like a bishop's finger. Sit down and enjoy a bishop's finger. Is this their advertising, Paul, or is this something that someone's done? There's always time to squeeze it. 5.4, it's near the knuckle. Oh my god, whatever next. Very good, Paul. So you're saying IC1 to disassemble and reattach, because as far as you can see the capacitor's worked until it leaks. Disassemble, clean and reinstall, definitely. Yeah, I'm just having a quick look over the other side now. Sony collection repair. Very good, Paul. Is that actually one of their adverts, or is that just one that someone's made up? So it looks like it goes to another via underneath this one. Oh my god. So we're going to need to take that that one out. This is going to have to come out. UPC 1316C. Remove it and clean it with a vacuum seal. UPC. Yeah, this is an HC138A. Unless you mean this one as well, the UPC. 1316C. Yeah, that one as well. Yeah. It's really wary about this this flat flex cable. I really don't want to mess that about too much. Already been pulling it about more than I would want to normally. Let's see if I can just fold it back on itself and stick it there for a second. So we're saying to take this one out and reflow it. It is has got yeah, it's not looking good. It's got a lot of green on that, a lot of verdigris on that one. If I can just get that to focus a minute, zoom in a little bit. Doesn't really want to focus on that, does it? A little bit too close to it, really. There you go. Doesn't look very good, does it? Yeah, corrosion's jumped up inside that one, really. And the same for this chip. It's not so bad that side, but if we turn it around, if I get you in close, you can see the corrosion on that. Not good, is it? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Don't worry, George, we can fix it, I think. I don't know. You never know. Fire alarms went off in the house. Can't find anything wrong. They went off on their own, but your port ear sounded for 2 minutes. Never gone off before. Sometimes they go off when the batteries get low, Bob. One more on my Facebook. Is it okay for minors to see? Oh, it's the morning advertiser. ASA gives finger to Shepherd Neame. Had its knuckles wrapped for Bishop's finger, Kentish air lad. That's what Paul's just sent me through that. ASA, that's the Advertising Standards Agency. And its knuckles wrapped for Bishop's finger, Kentish air lad, which judged likely to link alcohol with sexual activity. Oh my God. Do they actually? So they did consider that a good session on the Bishop's finger was suggestive. It's a playful reference to the product's name, but did not plan to use it again. Very good, Paul. Yeah. Beat Sunday afternoon. TV, yeah. It's right for you lot watching. It's me that's got to do it. Right. So I mean, this has got to come off with a hot air gun. This with a desoldering tool. I'm not convinced that chip's going to be any good. It looks to me like the corrosion's actually got inside that. It's actually got inside the chip itself, but we might be able to. We might have to replace that. Not sure. Let's take it out and have a look. Clean it up, and this one here, I'm going to have to get my desoldering mat in for that one because it's going to burn my bench house. To get my silicon mat in. Well, my intention of today's video really was just a little bit of a relaxing recap, but it's going to be a bit stressful now, isn't it? So I think what we'll do to start with to actually aid the desoldering is we'll just flux these up and just run a bit of fresh solder in them. It's going to have to come out because it is in a bit of a state. Gonna have to watch some of these as well because there's some surface mount stuff very close that could well knock off. And the last thing we want to do is touch this ribbon cable, this flat flex cable. Yeah, see, there's some surface mount stuff there which I don't know whether I'm going to need to take off first, really. Just going to have to be mega careful. I'll say this is pretty scary. This flat flex cable. What I might do is just put a bit of Kapton tape underneath that, just to try and protect it a little bit. It's good of you to join us today, Mr. Sony Electronic Repair. As always, people that have done a lot of work on these particular radios know a hell of a lot more about it than what I could ever hope to. So what I'm going to do is just stick some of this Kapton underneath, just stick it up over it, just to stop the desoldering gun going anywhere near it. So up to temperature. Scary. Hi Michael, how are you? I haven't got an ultrasonic, George. I keep telling you. No ultrasonic-y. No sonic ultra-y. Right. Hello, Harvey. Okay, still hanging on there. Yeah, I'm in no rush to get this actually done today. We've got to do our giveaway in a minute of this radio. So I'm looking sort of around 5-ish to wrap up today. But we'll see how we get on. This is proving difficult to get off. The little heatsink bit. You don't want to come off? See me at 1900. Yeah, I know, Tony. Famous last words and all that, isn't it? It usually happens. Sod's law and all the rest of it. Right, are we totally desoldered here? Let's just check these pins. That one's still firmly attached. That was okay. That's okay. So I'm still trying to get this this chip off of here. It just doesn't want to sort of come off at all. It's almost making me think that we're going to need a new chip here, but you don't want to come off that one. Yeah, he didn't want to come off that one. He's quite happy to stay there. Need to have another go with the desoldering tool, I think. I think it's these down here that are just not releasing. How are we doing on the chat? Elvis has turned up. Put chip in a Tupperware pot full of isopropyl and shake hard. What are you on about now, Harvey? You've got... What? We're on a different subject here, aren't we? Harvey's off on a tangent again. Dear, oh dear. I'm going to have another swig of beer after that. Yeah, you don't want to come out this chip. I wonder if it's some sort of a unique Sony part. IC7. I don't think it is. So when we said it was a UPC 1316C. Oh yeah, it is available. Cricklewood got them for £3.30. Mauser are showing it, but that's not the right one. Yeah, Cricklewood have got it. So if we do, if we got any legs fall off of it, we can actually replace it, which is good news. Right, let's have another go at this, because it's not quite releasing down here. See if that's done anything. Tell you what, hang on, he's moving. We are moving, we're off. We are off. There we go. So we've got a bit of board issue there, that. What camera am I on? Yeah, so you can see in the middle of the screen there, we've got a little bit of board issues there. Let's give that a clean off with some isopropyl a minute. So yeah, I've definitely got damage there. Let's have a look on the other side. Obviously there's no issues there because I've just taken that off. Let's just clean it up. There's no issues with the pads there. There is some through holes though, so those ones there I'm going to need to check. We also need to get this chip off as well. Which is an HC-138A Texas Instruments. HC-138A. So that's a decoder, multiplexer decoder. MC74, is that the one? Yeah. Let me see if I can find the parts list here. Oh. Computer board. IC3, IC4, IC2. Bear with me, I'm just having a quick look at the schematic here a minute. IC1, IC2, 7, 4, HC138 ANS. Yeah, okay, well they're easily attainable as well, so that's good news. So both of those can be replaced. But like I say, I'm going to need to get my silicon mat in, and I need to move everything else around, and I want to be under the microscope, so I won't be doing that one today. But this one is pretty horrible. I mean, bearing in mind the corrosion on it, I'm tempted to just replace that, to be fair. I don't know what your thoughts are, but I'm looking at the legs on that thing and it's pretty badly corroded. Especially where it enters the body of the IC. I think Sony Collection Repair. Yeah, so this is IC7. Again, I'll have a look at that under the microscope. In fact, I'll have a look at that under the microscope now. Let's just get you back onto the webcam. I'm going to have a look under the microscope now at it, because I've got the microscope set up here. I mean, the microscope is, where are we? Just there, look. So I'm just going to stick it underneath the microscope and have a quick look at it. Come on, where are you? Crazy thing. Oh yeah, that ain't great. Oh my god. Yeah, that is really badly corroded. I think for the sake of £3 something plus the postage, it's worth replacing that. Yeah. Yeah, that's I think that's worth replacing. Let's have a look at this other chip while I'm here under the microscope as well. If I can find it, there we are. I can't show you through the microscope because there's no camera on it, unfortunately. That one looks, oh, that via is horrible. Yeah, I'm not surprised that middle via is not connected. But let's just turn that back off. Let's pull that cap off of here as well before it sticks on too bad. I think I did touch the Capton once with the desoldering tool, so it was worth putting on there. Yeah, so I think for the sake of £3 we'll replace that chip. It's just so badly corroded. On one side it's really bad. It doesn't look quite so bad to the naked eye, but when you stick it under the microscope it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Oh, the integrated I've removed is pretty solid, is it? It's not easily damaged, you can plug in. This is not valve gear, Harvey. This is surface mount gear, mate. So you think I can still carry on and use that, do you? I think what we'll do is I'll leave that, if I can find a cup here. We'll stick that in the isopropyl. And give it a good soak. It's my own ultrasonic lit. You're talking about valve gear in general, are you, Harvey? Yeah, I don't mind the valve gear. The problem is it's so bulky, Harvey. It's not overly difficult to work on. I don't understand all the theory in that of valve stuff. The amplifier chips is good enough for you, Felix, is it? Alright, okay, so we can probably get away with it then. Yeah, I can't see it, Harvey. That's why I've got to have a microscope and magnifying glasses. I don't think anybody can see this stuff. But as long as you've got the gear, you can work on it. I'm going to leave that in there for a bit then, and what I'll do is I'll get the fiberglass pencil out and I'll give it a good going over and we'll have a look. You got a mag visor. You think the smaller amplifier chip is good enough, is it? The reason I want to take it off, Felix, is there's a via underneath it. And I think I've got a break in that via. So that's my plan, is to get that one off with a hot air. I'm hoping Father Christmas will bring me an ultrasonic cleaner. Oh, you got magnifier visor like mine. It does help, Harvey. I mean, I tend to use that for pretty much everything at the moment. I'm going to just go underneath the microscope even. Just have a quick look at the vias on this bit of the board. Where is it? Come here. I haven't actually had this board underneath the microscope yet. I should have done, really. Where are you? There we go. Okay, let's have a look then. So that's 1, 2. Well, there's only 2 that come through to the top of the board, so that's not too bad. There's two vias underneath that chip, but again, they look okay. Don't look to have got any damage on them. Yeah, I don't like the look of that. HC138A, that's looking pretty ropey. It's quite a lot of damage under the board there. I wonder if vinegar will work a bit better on that towards an ultrasonic cleaner. Thank you, Sean. Good man. I think so, Tony. It needs to be fairly big. Ideally, it's big enough to get boards like this in. A lot of those little jewellery ones aren't anywhere near big enough to get something like this in. And again, I don't know if it's safe to stick something like this in the ultrasonic cleaner with all the flat flex cables and all that. I don't know how safe it would be. Need to make sure that these connections don't lift as well. I mean, what size is this board? This is 18 centimeters. Pardon me, well, just under 19 centimeters by, say, 10. In old money, that's about 4 inches by 7. So it needs, I mean, this is one of the smaller boards that I work on. It could do with probably. I suppose it's all depends on the basket size, Tony, doesn't it? I don't know enough about them, to be fair. White vinegar. Yeah, I'm gonna go and get a bit of vinegar in a minute and just pop that in around this chip just to see if it'll fizz it up at all. I mean, it tends to work better with battery alkaline, doesn't it? But it will neutralise all of that. You've got a big one, have you? Ramco had a big cleaner at the last auction. I don't remember. Did I see that one or not, George? I probably did, but it probably went too expensive, I expect. I'm pretty sure I'm registered for the latest Ramco one. Ramco. Auctions close. Sign in. Well, it's one that finishes soon, isn't there? The next couple of days, or is it the 10th? Registrations. Yeah, there's one that finishes on the 1st. I've got a couple things I'm looking at on that. I'll probably never get any of it. There's some great stuff on there, really. But I don't think there's an ultrasonic cleaner, George. I must have missed that other one. So look at my watch list. I'm just going to drink this cup, but then there's nothing in it. That's my vinegar getter. Yeah, there's some quite nice amateur radio power supplies in the next one, George. I was looking at. There's a 330 amp Watson, well, two 230s and a 20 Watson. There's also some more of those scope meters, but they're already up in the 200s, and the auction's still got a good day to go yet. There's a very nice Roden Swartz spectrum analyzer in there. Well, that's a lovely, lovely bit of kit. 820 quid already. Oh, that's going to go well into the thousands, I'd have thought. Yeah, so there's some nice kit in there at the moment. There's a couple of those I was watching these last time, the DC voltage calibrators. There's 4 of those in there, but they went for crazy money last time. They went way over what I was expecting, so I left them be. So let me catch up with the chat here. I've missed out on some of this. What's white vinegar? Harvey's back soon. Ramco big cleaner. You've got a big one as well. Paul's got an ultra-wave heated ultrasonic cleaner. Makes like what's clean all radio components. Bright work, pricey but invaluable. I do need one, Paul, really, because as you know, I clean loads of stuff when I'm doing these radios. Stick it on the washing machine and put it in the spin cycle. You bought it to put carburetors in, I think. You need bigger, Tony says. I was going to fund it with today's contribution. Prepared to go to £30 total. Think you need to put as a contribution maybe Christmas Prezi. Yeah, you're very kind, Tony. But I don't know what Mrs. Cruncher's got me. I did get her looking at them. The Watsons are overrated. They're not that good. Had to fix plenty of them. It depends on the price, George, doesn't it? I've got a Manson down there, I think, which I've had for years. It's still going strong. Your vinegar and electric toothbrush. Hey presto, ultrasonic cleaner. Good idea, Dids. Do not put the PCB circuit board into ultrasonic cleaner. The radio and PCB board are cast all together. You always lose because of the double-sided PCB holes. You got one of those voltage calibrators, George, did you? I did look at them, but they just went too much. Okay, I haven't got one anyway, Mr. Sony Collection Repair, so I won't be doing that. The double-sided PCB holes, pay attention to the 35-year-old radio. Got you. Don't put it in there. I'm going to go and get a little bit of vinegar in a minute. My IC's still soaking in the isopropyl. Let's just get rid of me a minute. And I'll go and get that. How we doing? Of course, I've got a microphone here. Still got my other microphone on here, because I don't need that because I've got the desk microphone. I've got to fix this camera as well. God knows what I've done to that. Let's put that down there at the way. I'll be back. lights on. Right, here we go then. Coming back. We have vinegar. You left the tap running? Buying what stuff have you got for sale now, Simon? The PCB circuit has been micro-soldered, causing circuit breakage everywhere. This is not suitable for the PCB board. Are you saying that some vinegar is not suitable for the PCB board? So you zap some Duff AF transistors for experimental purposes in your component jacuzzi. 50% water, 50% degreaser. Now they work. Chips to go with the vinegar. Oh, buy you some stuff. Yeah, a draw's going to be soon, Tony. You know it is. Have you entered, Tony? I keep going to taste that. There's only a double layer board, so we haven't got a central layer to worry about. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this in, just to see if it's if it gets rid of this electrolyte that's gone all over the board. Just going to quickly look at that underneath the microscope. See if that's cleaning it off. Actually, yes, it is cleaning it off. It's not sort of fizzing as such. Yes, it is, yeah. Cloth and heat gun. I can sense the disappointment. What's that, Tony? Oh, you have entered. Excellent. I'm just messing with this a bit under the microscope. Sorry you can't see it, but if I had one of those mega expensive microscopes with the cameras in them, we'd be well away. I don't really know what is the ideal thing to get rid of this electrolyte. I mean, it's eating away the traces there on this chip. I'll let that sit for a minute. And then I'll give it a clean off with some isopropyl. So let's let that sit, and we'll find my draw program. Now, what was it called again? YouTube comments picker. Pick a winner. Pickerwinner.com or .co. Okay, so I'm just going to go to my comments section. Where are we? Comments. Comments for this video. Held for review. See if we've got any 10-4 good buddies. Yeah, we've got quite a few in here. We've got some Fat Tony, Well You See, Paul Collins, Ronnie McKellian, Richard Paris, Boxing Day 11, Felix, Michael Hyde, Jesseed, hi Jess, and we've got Stuart Buzz, Kev Moi, got to be in it to win it, and JP8 Jetta. 5522 was another way of saying 10-4, as in 5 plus 5, 2 plus 2. Okay. Got you. So let's approve those, if it will let me. Oh, it's going to be a pain in the neck. Ah, here we go. Right, so if you haven't entered, this is your last chance. Last chance warning to enter. So this is the comments. I've just gone in and made sure there's none in for review, so that there's none there. So you need to go to this video and type in 10-4 good buddy on the comments section of this video, which was back in November, I think, wasn't it? 1st of November, that. So this video here, 1st of November, you need to go in and type in 10-4 good buddy into the comments. So we've got quite a few there. And I believe Dom has very kindly offered, not only has he donated the radio, but he's very kindly offered to actually fund the postage on it. Obviously, if you're abroad and you win it, we're going to need the difference in order to post it out to you. So for example, if say the UK postage might be £8, it might be 28 quid to get it over to the States or anywhere like that. So we would want you to help out towards the cost. And don't forget, you need to have liked that video and subscribed if you're not a subscriber. We don't want non-subscribers. Well, we do. We want non-subscribers to subscribe. I think that's the whole point of it, isn't it? Really. Yeah, we're giving you something really nice. So that's let's go for it. Right. So let's just go back to me for a minute, and I'll get rid of my picture-in-picture. So I've got a little me looking over my shoulder. So I'm going to do the draw very, very shortly. We've got a lot of Northern Ramblers. There is a capacitor leak under the IC1 chip you need to disassemble. Yeah, there is. There's a wire under IC1. But I haven't got my silicone mats here at the moment, Sony Collection Repair, so I'm going to need to get the hot air gun on that to lift it. So I'm going to need my silicone mat, otherwise I'll just burn my bench. Burn my bench. I'm keeping you in suspense, Bob. Without this Jeep, the radio works but does not switch to the channel. Don't worry, Jeep chip works IC1. I'm not really sure what you mean there, Sony Collection Repair. Without this Jeep, the radio works. Does it include someone to talk to? There are people to talk to. We just spoke to Gary just now, look. It just works. It works. There is life. There is life. Okay, let's do it. Let's just one final check. One final check on the video to make sure there's no new comments. Let's go back to the video. So let's screen cap and cube. We'll go back to held for review. Make sure there's no last minute. Oh, there is. Look, Linton, Mozza, and Ian Paul. Just to prove them. Oh, and it looks like Sean's Sean's in. Simon's in. Let's just quickly check again. Make sure there's no new ones. So we've got quite a few comments there. I don't know how many we got in total. Actually, it'll tell us in a minute. So let's just pull out one of these. Just copy and paste it. We've got Paul Collins there, so let's copy Paul's. And I take it I'm on my. Am I on my screen? Yes, I am. So let's stick me in the corner. Let's go to our YouTube comment picker. Let's paste our link there. Oh, hang on. That's wrong. That's wrong. I need the link from the video. I need the link from the video. So the video is this one. So if we hit share, copy the link. Let's go up to YouTube comment picker, post our link there. So choose a filter, so anything goes. We want keyword filter. So we want 10 for good buddy. $35 comments. Pretty good. Pretty good. Let's get my chat up on here as well. Okay, we ready? Are we all ready? Drum roll then. The tension, the tension. Here we go. It's Mike Atlantis. I don't think we've seen Mike in today either, have we? There you go. Well done, Mike, if you're there. You're not bitter. I don't think Mike's won anything before. It's normally Victor that wins most of it. So there you are, Mike. You have got a very nice communicator CB that will be winging its way up to you fairly soon. Take that picture out. So there you are, Mike. One communicator, very nice, fully refurbed, apart from the case, which is coming soon. So I've got to get the microphone done. I've polished all the plastic up on here. All this is polished all the way round. So I've got to get the case, new cases put on it, and get the microphone sorted. But there you are. It is done. We have given it away. That's typical. Mike's not with us today. Right, let's get some isopropyl on this. get rid of all this vinegar. That's hopefully worked its magic through those vias. There is a via underneath this chip, as I said, that has sort of is looking pretty bad, and it's in the centre there. Let me see if I can get you on that. Okay, so the via that's the issue. Oh hell, that's too close. Is this one up here? Where's my finger? There. So can you see where it says on off? Just here. That's the via that's not working, and that connects across to this via over here, I think, which is actually underneath. It's actually underneath this chip, so that chip has got to come off to get at that via, because I'm probably going to need to put a link wire across there. It's a bit of a pain, but you know. And I think possibly I'm going to need to link, put a link, or I might be able to just solder through the via. I don't know. It's a pain nonetheless. Right, that's Derek. Thank you, Derek. Mike Atlantis won, Harvey. Unfortunately not you, Harvey, but next time. You're in your kitchen. I think what we'll do, the Christmas live streams are going to be starting on Tuesday. Tuesday will be the first one, so they'll be in the afternoon. Thank you very much, Derek. Cool. They'll be in the afternoon, so I've got a few things to give away, and we've got, don't forget, we've got that lovely radio from Sean to give away, the Hacker Hunter RP38A that Sean very kindly donated. I've got that to give away. I've got some kits that Derek's given me to give away. And I've got some other bits and bobs. So I'm just wondering whether we announce the giveaways throughout the streams and then do like we did last year, and we'll do a big giveaway on Christmas Eve. I think that's probably the best bet, isn't it? It's going to a good home. I think Michael enjoyed playing with that, Dom, so thank you very much again. And don't forget, if you've not subscribed to Dom's channel, you must do. It wasn't compulsory, but Dom was very kind of Dom to donate that. So let me just get Dom's channel up, and if you're not subscribed, then subscribe to Dom if you would. I'm sure he'll appreciate the subscribers. So this is Dom's channel. Driver Films Shortwave. 1,150 subs, Dom. Going good. Going well, mate. So Dom's put quite a few videos out there. I don't know how many videos you've got in total, Dom. Quite a few. A lot of amateur radio stuff, bit of scanning, bit of airband, bit of everything, Dom, really. It's a good channel. I mean, I haven't watched all these videos. I've been working my way through some of them. But, yeah, you've done a lot. You've been going for a few years now, Dom. Yeah, so a lot of shortwave listening stuff. So, well worth subscribing to Dom. Driver Films Shortwave. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell. So you've got none, personalize or all. Make sure you hit the all one, or you'll miss the videos. Same with all of our channels, really. Just make sure you've hit the subscribe button and you hit that bell for all. So thanks again, Dom, for that, mate. As I say, put a lot of work into that as well, so it's really good that it's gone to someone who's going to use it, hopefully. Johnny says, you know it wasn't me. I've no luck. If I threw a bucket of woman's thingies up, I'd catch your wife's. Very good, Johnny. Never won a thing in your life. But then you're saying but you have. £1,000 on a TV show called The Mind Control Freaks and toured the UK as Rambo. Oh dear, Harvey. Well, I think, as I say, the Sony is unfortunately not going to get done today. Not going to get finished. I need to really get my head under the microscope with that. Need to check all the vias. Hi, Simon, how are you? You wouldn't mind winning another audio amplifier? I've got some kits to give away. I've got some Manuel's BFOs to build, don't forget. So I've got a BFO to give away. I've still got to order the rest of the bits for Manuel's BFO, because I've got nearly everything apart from these multi-turn pots, and I've got to get those sorted. Then, but I think that's all I need. What I need to do is get a big strip of tape out and stick all the components on it, and just make sure I've got everything. Glad you enjoyed that, Daniel. It's a fair old job, isn't it? That Sony. It's a lot more difficult than it looks. It's taken a fair while to get to where we are now with it. I've still got dozens of caps to put back on it. I don't know how many we've got left to put on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. With 13 more caps to go. It's a bit unlucky, and I ought to do another one really, just to make it 12. But as I say, I need to just keep the caps out of the area where I've got the corrosion. So I don't want that to cause any future issues. Cheers, Tony. Don't forget, people, if you like that, give it a thumbs up. I will see you next on Tuesday for the first of the Christmas shows. So God knows what's going to happen. Hopefully I can get this camera and the microphone sorted. I'm really not sure what's up with that. I need to have a look through all the connections. Something's just pulled when I twisted the camera around last night to look at the amateur radio, so I'm not sure what I've done. I've done something to it. Anyway, people, cheers for now. Catch you on Tuesday. Have a good week. I'm not sure what the time will be yet, or what I'm actually doing. But you never know. You never know what I'm going to be doing. I've got some kits to build, I know that. I've got quite a few kits to build, so, you know. Oh, I missed a bit of chat there. What time? I'm not sure yet, Derek. I normally did them in the afternoons, probably somewhere around about 3 o'clock again. I've got to try and fit it in with the dogs, etc. So, but Christmas is coming, people. It's not far off now. Cheerio, people. Catch you all soon.